Hey guys, Dustin Heiner here with Master Passive Income, and I want to talk to you about my absolute favorite way to find rental properties or to find deals to buy as rental properties. Now, there are so many different ways. There could be getting a realtor. There could be actually doing, driving around. They call it driving for dollars. You can send out letters and postcards, yellow letters, things like that to find good deals, which are all really good. But when you think about it, that takes a lot of work. What I absolutely love and what I want to talk to you about today is wholesalers. I love wholesalers. They are the absolute best way for me to find properties. Now, here's the reason why. Now, see, what wholesalers actually do is they go out and they find sellers. They go find sellers and they have a list of buyers. And I am a buyer, I'm an investor. And so I call them up or I talk to them. I say, put me on your buyers list. And they go out and they find sellers who are selling the house, not on the MLS, not through realtors, but they like knock on doors. They do everything that we're told to do, from driving for dollars to postcards to sending out yellow letters, like literally everything. They do all that and then they bring me deals. Now here's my coffee cup. So I actually like Black Rifle coffee. They're really good. So here's my Black Rifle coffee cup. So I drink Black Rifle coffee, but it's actually not filled with coffee because it's later in the day. But so I wake up in the morning. Let's say this is filled with coffee. I wake up, I make myself some Black Rifle coffee, and I'll be drinking it. And then I'll open up my email. I'll get on my computer and I'll look at it and say, let me see what deals have been sent to me in my email. And so I pull up, and literally just like right before I started recording this, I got 3 emails from one wholesaler, another wholesaler, and I think 2 or 3 different wholesalers that are sending me deals when I didn't do any work. I did zero work. Only thing I did was I called them up and said, put me on your list. And in doing that, they send me deals. Now, what's interesting is, and realtors might not like this, but I believe that wholesalers, they work harder than realtors. And the reason why I say that is because they're finding the sellers and finding the buyers, and they're negotiating deals. People are not coming to them saying, hey, I wanted to sell a house. I want to sell my house for under market value, because wholesalers know that their job is to get the price low for investors like me so I can get equity, which is what I invest for, on top of cash flow because I'm going to rent it out. But then they also have to make sure that they make a little money. And so the normal commission you're going to pay to a realtor is 3% for the buyer's realtor and 3% for the seller's realtor. But with the wholesaler, instead of having to pay all of that, you're only going to pay $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 to the wholesaler, because they are the ones doing all the work and you're paying them a commission. Now, what's great about that is you're potentially saving loads and loads of money, because realtors take so much money out of our pockets because they're doing the transaction. They have brokerage fees. They have all that. They have to pay for MLS, all that sort of stuff. But they're also getting off-market deals, or wholesalers are getting off-market deals. That's why I love wholesalers. Now, I do want to give you, before I go on to any more about wholesalers, I'm going to give you a practical way to find wholesalers, because that's something that the question I always get asked from many, many investors who I'm actually, all my students and people I'm teaching, they say, well, how do I find wholesalers? How do I know where to find them? How do I get on their list? There's such an easy way to do it. Now, if you are investing in your area, if and when you're driving around, more than likely you have seen these signs that say, I buy houses cash, or we buy houses fast for cash. We look at all properties, any condition. Those bandit signs, they're called bandit signs, on poles, telephone poles, they're on the grass, the yard signs. Those are from wholesalers. You see that number on that bandit sign, call them up and say, hey, you're a wholesaler. Could you put me on the buyer's list? I'm a buyer. It's no sweat off their back. In fact, they want more buyers, because all they do is they add your email inside that list that they email out. And so every single time they get a property, they'll put the details, the criteria inside of this email, and they'll mass shoot it out to all of the investors that are the buyers. And so call them up and ask them. Now, somebody might say, well, Dustin, I don't invest in the area that I work. And I'm like, well, okay, as I'm driving around, I'm driving around and, oh, wow, I find the wholesaler, but great, but I'm investing in another state. If I'm investing in another state, how am I going to find a wholesaler? I'm not driving around there. I'm not going to pay somebody to drive around. That'd be kind of silly. Well, what's interesting is there's other ways that wholesalers try to find properties. So those bandit signs, they use those to find properties. Now, we as investors, we can see those when we're driving, but we can't see those when we're not there. But what bandit signs do on the yard, they also put them on Craigslist. They put them on like Facebook Marketplace, or they try to put them anywhere online. So when you go to Craigslist, I want you to type in the search, I want you to type in buy houses cash, or we buy houses cash, or wholesaler. Like search in Craigslist in that certain city or wherever you're going to be investing. Search for those words, those kind of keywords like I buy houses cash, or I buy houses fast, or something like that. Search for those. Anybody who literally, because you will find wholesalers, they'll literally put that on there because people, they look to sell their properties on Craigslist as well. They're going to say, hey, I see somebody wants to buy my house for cash, so let me go ahead and call them up. And so they're looking for sellers there as well. But us as investors, we can go to them and say, you're a wholesaler. I love that. Let me work with you. Put me on your buyers list. And they'll absolutely do that. So that's a quick pro tip that I want to give you to find wholesalers. Now, in working with wholesalers, and I'm going to say blanket over everything in this business when you're investing in real estate, negotiate everything. If the wholesaler says, this is the bottom price that I can get this seller, let's say it's $100,000. This is the bottom price they'll take. They won't take a penny less. And I have to make $5,000. So it's $105,000 to you to buy this property. Well, if the numbers don't work, we need to adjust it. But at the same time, even if the numbers did work, we never take asking price. We always offer lower because we're investors. We invest. That's how we make our business and make our money. So what I would suggest is negotiating both with the wholesaler, but having the wholesaler negotiate with the seller. So instead of $5,000 for the wholesaler, which is a decent price, it's a little high, but it's a decent price, you can actually say, let's say I give you $3,500. I need you to come down a little bit, and I also need your seller to come down $1,500. So I need $3,000 off the top. The most I will spend is $102,000. So if you take it all from the seller and you keep $500,000 or $5,000, completely fine. If you take off a little, they take off a little. This is what I need. I need $102,000 so that I can buy this property, because that's the only way it's going to cash flow, and that's the only way I can buy it. So negotiate that with. So that's a big tip I'm going to give you. Definitely negotiate both the seller as well as with the wholesaler. Now, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. I absolutely love all the different options. That's what I do when I coach my students, is show them that there are so many options to investing in real estate. It's not just a one, like we find a property, we get a mortgage broker, like we get a realtor, we get a mortgage broker, and we put them together and we buy a property. That's not the way it works. That's not necessarily what we need to do. And there's so many other ways to do this business. So why not use every avenue, every aspect? And so that's something that I love to show. And so when you're working with a wholesaler, be thinking about that. Think about always negotiating everything out. So on top of that, another pro tip that I want to give you is, as you are finding new wholesalers, you want to ask them to keep you on your list and not take you off unless you ask them to take you off. Like when you're calling, let's say you're talking on the phone and you're saying, hey, this is my name, this is my email address, put me on your list. What I would suggest is, and if you're a wholesaler watching this and you're thinking about working with investors, my suggestion is never take an investor off of your list unless they ask. And if you're an investor, tell your wholesalers, don't take me off your list unless I ask. Because here's the thing. I get so many, as an investor, I have 30 plus properties. I love buying properties off of wholesalers, but I don't always answer to every single email. I don't say, hey, no, this is not a good deal, or here's not why I don't like it. I literally just delete the emails or move on if the property is not the right property for me. And the reason why is because I don't want to take the time to do that. But if you, as an investor, take me off your list too soon, I'm not going to see those. So even if I don't respond, even if I haven't responded in 3 years, still send me those emails, because who knows, they might be going to spam. They might be going to the promotions tab in Google or Gmail or whatever. It might go there, but keep sending unless somebody asks you to take them off, or you as an investor tell them, wholesaler, don't take me off your list until I ask you, because even though I don't respond, I'm still looking at them. So for everybody watching this, I want you to get started investing in real estate rental properties. In the description below, I have a free course for you to get started. It's masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Click on that link. I will literally give you my free course where I will teach you how to find properties, how to analyze the numbers, how to get funding, how to run the properties right, and how to scale your business to quit your job. That was my whole goal. I hated working that JOB, that just over broke job. So I worked hard, got 30 properties, and eventually quit my job I quit my job when I was 37 years old. Absolutely amazing. I will never work a job again. And I love showing people how to do this. So I want to get you that free course. Click on that link below. Also subscribe, smash that like button and that subscribe button. Also hit that notification because I'm trying to put out as many great content for you as an investor, because that's just the thing. As I help more investors, the better this business gets, the better my business gets investing in rental properties, because we all work together. We help each other out. So you guys are fantastic. I will see you in the next episode. Remember to subscribe and like and hit that notification. All right, guys, we'll see ya.